Good morning, beloveds. I am layered up. We just got back from the park, and it said it was 33 degrees when we left the house this morning. So, it was cold. It was frosty. It was cold, but the squirrels were out. We had several squirrels swarm us when we got out of the car, so we tossed them a couple of peanuts. And then Tom put a few peanuts in his pocket for the run, because I'm still rehabbing my knee, and so it's like I run and then I walk and I run and then I walk, and so it's little short jags. And occasionally when we were in a walk spot, there'd be it. So and then when we walked, we ran one loop and then walked, and then we ran about, I was trying to get 2 miles in, and then we walked the rest of it, and at that last corner, we ran out of peanuts. We didn't feel guilty, though, because we'd seen a couple with a stroller and a big bag of peanuts. So we're like, they're not starving. They're not starving. They're just little beggars. But it was a beautiful day. I mean, beautiful. The sky was a beautiful blue. It was cold. The sun had a nice warm glow to it. And the squirrels were out to play, and people were out to play, and the Marines from the high school were in the park. It was just, it was a good day at the park. So, if you have a chance to go to the park, go to the park. Go to the park. Go enjoy the sun and the wind and just being outside. Okay. It is January 9th. I am filled with confidence and a sense of security. For he shall give his angels charge over thee to keep thee in all thy ways. And that is Psalm 91:11. Maybe that's where the idea of guardian angels came from. Deep within the consciousness of each of us, there is a center of peace and security where trouble and accidents do not occur, where truth and love reign supreme, where good is the only power. It is to this center that we go in the silence of our own minds to commune daily with the Spirit that is both around us and within us. Truly, this is the Most High within, always immediately responsive to us. In our meditation, we seek to make this presence more real to us and more personal. As we do, an inward sense of calm comes over the mind, a feeling of security and safety that every human being needs. I know that all the power there is and all the presence there is love, the Spirit Almighty. I know that love protects me and that I am guided and guarded into the pathways of peace, of joy, and of security. I know that this is true of all people. This is what I believe about everyone. This is what exists for the whole world. This is my prayer of acceptance today and every day. I feel myself safe in the keeping of the divine love. I feel the soft, enveloping presence of the living Spirit. I know there is no confusion or doubt in the mind of God, and God's mind is the only mind there is. This mind is my mind now, directing everything I do, guarding every movement I make. For all thy ways are the ways of blessedness, and all thy paths are peace. I trust, I live, and move, and have my being in that which is completely perfect and wholly joyous. Well, that is a very uplifting reading, and definitely a good one for right now. And he's talking about that place that Reverend Jesse talks about, that place that nothing has ever been wrong, that place within us where we meet God. Let's put it this way, that place where we meet God unfiltered by material form. We talk and we teach about how everything is made of the same substance. We're all made of God's stuff. So from the very atoms, molecules, photons, neutrons, protons, electrons, it's all God's stuff. But there is a place within each one of us where we meet that unfiltered God, that unfiltered spirit, that unfiltered love, that place where nothing has ever been wrong, nothing can ever be wrong, that place that is pure love. And it exists within each one of us. And it's a matter of us doing our spiritual work to go to that place every day. Every day. It needs to be a well-worn path within us, because we want to be able to tread it in the dark, with tears in our eyes. We want to be able to tread it when we are blinded by what's going on around us. We want our steps to be sure in that path, so that no matter what, we want it to become our default setting, so that when it hits, whatever it is, we know where to go, and we automatically go there. Our reaction is to go to that place of peace so that we can respond. Yeah. And that requires doing our spiritual work every day. Every day. Doing our meditation, our prayer work, whatever you want to call it. We do it every day, so that it does become a well-worn path. You may be hearing Gabby. She has something to say. So, I am filled with confidence and a sense of security. And that's what we get when we go to that place. And we get that, and then we come back and we do our work here, so that everybody can find that place. For he shall give his angels charge over thee, to keep thee in all thy ways. I do get the idea that that's where guardian angels came from. All right. Really, Gabby? What you got to say? Okay. Deep within the consciousness of each of us, there is a center of peace and security where troubles and accidents do not occur, where truth and love reign supreme, where good is the only power. That's what we're talking about. That place within us where we meet the unfiltered God, the unfiltered spirit, where, and when I say unfiltered, I mean not clouded by material, not clouded by the mortal form, by the mortal ideas, by the mortal, and by ego. It is to this center that we go in the silence of our own minds to commune daily with the spirit that is both around us and within us. And so he says it's within the silence of our own minds, and we go there to commune daily. Daily. I think that's one of the reasons why we have a 365. And it's not the only one. There is another one. At least one more. I have it. I'm just not sure what I've done with it. I have until April to find it, though. So, to commune daily with the spirit that is both around us and within us. In our meditation, we seek to make this presence more real to us and more personal. We seek to get to know it. This spirit absolutely loves us. There is no question about that. But it is our job to go to that spirit and get to know it. And get to know it in its unfiltered form of pure spirit, not the spirit that we're seeing filtered through the material. As we do, an inward sense of calm comes over the mind, a feeling of security and safety that every human being needs. If you've ever heard of Maslow's ladder, that's what that's talking about. For humans to do spiritual work, they need to have their basic needs met. And that's food and shelter and security. And when those needs are met, then they can do more. Then they can do their spiritual work. And so that is one of the reasons why we in Centers for Spiritual Living do things like food bank events and social justice, because we want everybody to have access to this teaching, but we understand that before they can have access to this teaching, no, they can always have access to this teaching, but before they can focus on this kind of teaching, they need their basic needs met. And so we step up and do what we can. And we work towards making sure that those networks are available and strong. That is part of our spiritual work. It's like, we want to teach you this stuff, but we understand for you to be able to listen, you need to have your basic needs met. I know that all the power there is and all the presence there is love, the Spirit Almighty. I know that love protects me, and I am guided and guarded into the pathways of peace, of joy, and of security. I know that love protects me, love with a capital L, and that I am guided and guarded into pathways of peace and joy. If you know that you are loved, you will make better choices, because you are not making choices from ego. You are not making choices from fear. And so it is very important to get into that space within yourself and find it, because then you will walk the pathways of peace, and you will walk them with a much lighter heart. I know that this is true of all people. And again, what I want for myself, I want for everyone around me. That is a core principle of Science of Mind. We are all one. So what I want for myself, I want for you too. And I want love, and I want peace, and I want joy for all of us. This is what I believe for everyone. This is what exists for the whole world. I feel myself safe in the I skipped a line. And I skipped the line that I screwed up. Okay, this is my prayer of acceptance today and every day. And I said, this is my power of acceptance today and every day. And I think that you can use both of those P words right there. This is my prayer of acceptance today and every day. This is my power of acceptance today and every day. Because frequently, the gift is there. We just haven't accepted it yet. That place is within us. We just haven't accepted it yet. And so this is both my power and my prayer of acceptance today and every day. I feel myself safe in the keeping of divine love. And I'm going to read that two ways. I feel myself safe in the keeping of divine love. And I feel myself safe because I am keeping divine love. I feel the soft, enveloping presence of the living Spirit. I know that there is no confusion or doubt in the mind of God, and God's mind is the only mind there is. The mind of God is the same mind that we use. There is no fear, confusion, or doubt in the mind of God. Therefore, we do not have to have fear, doubt, and confusion. We just want to jump up one level and make sure we're using the mind of God and not the mind of ego. Ego has a place. Don't let me demonize ego. Ego has a job, and it does a very good job. We just can't let ego drive. Ego needs to stay in the backseat where it belongs. Our mind and our heart should be in the front seat. This mind is my mind now, directing everything I do, guarding every movement I make. For all thy ways are ways of blessedness, and all thy paths are peace. And I suspect the way that's written, even though it's not in quotes, it probably is a quote. I trust. I live and move and have my being in that which is completely perfect and wholly joyous. And that's WHOLLY. Wholly joyous. Completely joyous. And that is where we have our meat. That is where we live. That is where we live. That's why I talk about opening the windows of your soul and allowing the breath of heaven to remind you live in heaven now. It's like we've got those windows inside of us shut tight. It's like, no. It's always the perfect temperature there within your soul. It is always the perfect temperature. Open the windows and let that breeze in. Let it blow around you and through you and fill you up with that peace and fill you up with that love and fill you up with that place where love reigns supreme, as he said today. And let it remind you who you are. That beloved child of spirit. That you are made up of spirit and that you use that same mind. That mind that made a tree is the same mind you use. So walk that path every day. Walk into that space. Find that peace and then bring that peace back with you. And carry it around and share it. He gave us a couple of missions. It's like, one, to commune daily with the Spirit, and the prayer of acceptance. So our mission today is to commune daily with the Spirit in a prayer of acceptance. That is our mission, should we choose to accept it. So, as always, do something loving for yourself, do something kind for yourself, do something compassionate for yourself every day. You are a beloved child of Spirit in whom Spirit is well pleased. This is your state of grace. This is our state of grace. And you deserve love, and you deserve compassion, and you deserve kindness. And the place that you deserve it the most from is from yourself. As always, the Dalai Lama says, if your compassion does not include yourself, it is incomplete. So, be gentle with yourself. Be gentle with yourself. Do your work, but be gentle with yourself. All right, beloveds. I am going to move into whatever it is that I'm going to do today, which is probably be cat furniture. Everybody should have one day that they get to be furniture for their beloved pets. And Saturday is kind of mine. So I definitely encourage you to do something to engage your mind and your body today. It is cold out there, here, relative. So I ran into a friend in the park and she's like, I'm from Michigan and this is cold, because it was in the 30s, but and the frost was absolutely gorgeous. It didn't last long. It had melted by the time we left the park, but it was worth it. It was worth getting to see the sparkles in the grass. So do what you need to do to make it a wonderful day. All right. Reverend David will be on with you around 5 p.m. today. I will be back with you at 9 a.m. And because it is Saturday, that means tomorrow on Facebook Live, we have a service for you. And it is January and we are back to the basics. So check us out on Facebook Live or catch it on the YouTube channel, The Creative Life Spiritual Center YouTube channel later. I'll get it up in the afternoon. All right, beloveds, have a wonderful day.